Good morning, everyone. Today in this module, we will be looking into what is productivity, what are the factors which affects productivity, and the different types of productivity. So let's see what you mean by productivity. Productivity refers to an economic measure of output per unit of input. Input can be labor, capital, and the output generally will be the revenue or the profits which are being generated. Okay, so basically it can be defined as an attitude of mind. It is a mentality of progress, of the constant improvements of that which exist. So productivity, if you write as an equation, it can be written as productivity equal to output by input. It High productivity refers to doing the work in the shortest possible time with least expenditure on input without sacrificing the quality and with minimum wastage of resources. So let's analyze. High productivity means you have to do something within a short span of time, and the cost associated with it should be less, and the quality should be more with lesser wastage. So it is basically to complete a work within a short span of time with less cost, less wastage, and high quality. Okay. So basically, there are two factors which are affecting productivity. One is called controllable factor, and the other one is called uncontrollable factor. Whenever it is a controllable factor, that means it is something which is internally there or within the organization. Uncontrollable means you don't have any power on that one. You can just anticipate and get prepared for it or be proactive. That's the only thing we can do. So under controllable, it is the internal factors which will affect the productivity. Uncontrollable means it is the external factors which will affect the productivity. So controllable factors, first one is product factor. It means that how you can judge whether the product which you have made is useful or not. Okay. The cost factor of a product can be enhanced by increasing the benefit at the same cost or by reducing the cost for the same benefit. Okay. So that is the product factor, which will check the usefulness of the product. Okay. Are you able to increase the benefit by decreasing the cost, or able to uh, reduce the cost for the same benefit which we are offering? The second one is plant and equipment. This plays a vital role or a prominent role in enhancing the productivity. The increased availability of the plant through proper maintenance and reduction of idle time increases the productivity. So that is the second factor which will be influencing the productivity. The third one being technology. Technology is how innovative and latest technology is being used in your production unit. For example, if you have automation and information technology, it will enhance or improve the processes which are used in material handling, storage, communication system, and quality control, which will help the organization to increase the quality, and the productivity can also be increased because the speed of producing a product will be increased. And in technological factors that should be considered when you are thinking about the product is size and capacity of the plant, the supply and quality of the inputs, production planning and control, repairs and maintenance, waste reduction, and efficient material handling system. And the fourth one, which comes as material and energy. You should make sure that you are taking enough efforts to reduce the materials and energy consumption, which by bringing out a considerable improvement in productivity. And the fifth factor is human factors. This is mainly based on or depend on the human competence and skill. The ability to work efficiently is governed by various factors such as education, training which is given, experience which person have, the aptitude for that particular job, motivation of the employees. All these things are the human factors which will influence the productivity. The sixth one is, apart from these ones, there is something called work methods. It is how we do the work, how the work is being done. So that also can increase your productivity. And the last one is the management style. How is your organizational design, which is how is your structure being designed? What are the policies and procedure? How it is getting communicated? Is the management flexible and dynamic? Always a flexible and dynamic management style will help to increase productivity. So these are the controllable factors or internal factors which will influence the productivity. First one, product factor. Second one, the plant and equipment which we are using. Third one, technology. Fourth one, the material and energy. Fifth, human factors. Sixth, work methods. And the last one, the management style. Next one is the uncontrollable factors. Under uncontrollable factors, first one is the structural adjustments. It includes the economic and the social changes which are happening in the society, which has a impact on your productivity. Some of the economic changes that can influence is the shift in employment from agricultural to manufacturing industry, import of technology, industrial competitiveness. These are certain economic changes which may affect your productivity. Second one is the social changes, such as women's participation in the workforce, labor force, education, cultural values, attitude. These will have uh, an impact on the productivity. These changes, social changes, plays a significant role in the improvement of productivity. Then the next one is the natural resources. That means manpower, land, and raw materials are very vital for productivity improvement. And the next one is government and infrastructure. Many of the factors which will influence the productivity is the government factors. The management should have a proper knowledge about the government rules and regulation. They should also maintain good relation with the government. So these are the different factors which influences productivity. First one, controllable factors, and the second one, uncontrollable factors. Hope you understood. The next one is the types of productivity. So as told earlier, productivity means output by input. There are different types of productivity. One is called total productivity. It is based on all the inputs which goes into the production. So it is total productivity is equal to total tangible output by total tangible input. Total tangible output is the value of the finished good produced plus the value of the partial units produced, dividends from the securities, interest, other income, etc. And total tangible input is value of human material, capital, energy, and other inputs. So that is total productivity, and there is something called partial productivity. Partial productivity is nothing but the total output by individual input. Okay, so let us see what is partial productivity and what is total productivity. Okay, So in case of total productivity, you are looking into the total tangible output and total tangible input. And in case of partial productivity, you are checking each factor to the total output. So partial productivity is total output by individual input, and total productivity is total tangible output by total tangible input. So there are different productivities: labor productivity, capital productivity, material productivity, energy productivity. This means that for example, labor productivity means how much the labor input is contributing towards the total output. So these are the partial productivities, and this is what you called as total productivity, the sum total of all these factors. Now, next one, we will have a detailed analysis of what it means about this partial productivity. First one, labor productivity. It measures the efficiency of the labor in the transformation of something into a product of higher value. So that is labor productivity. Capital productivity, how much the capital is getting converted into your output. It is the ratio of the output to the input of physical capital. Next one, material productivity. It is the ratio of output to the input of materials. For example, in software development, there are very little material or natural resources that are used, and material productivity plays a larger role when considered to the manufacturing of hardware and software packages such as an ATM. Okay, then there is total factor productivity, where it is not a simple ratio of output to input, but rather it is a measure that captures everything that is related to the input, like labor, capital, material. All these productivities are combined together to form total factor productivity. So this is about the productivity. So let's see what are the things which we dealt today. Okay, basically we know the definition of productivity. What is it? What are the different factors affecting productivity? What are the different types of productivity? What is the difference between total productivity and partial productivity? And we just brushed upon the various productivity which is there. So this is about productivity. Hope you understood, and I hope that the session was an informative one. Thank you very much, and if you have any clarification, please feel free to contact. Thank you.